Hi, my name is Steven. Today I want to talk about my first interaction with my partner Noah last night. We talk about many different and interesting things about our own high school, and then we talk about the difference between the Chinese education and American education. Firstly, for a typical day, he told me that he had always had six classes every day in his high school from 7:45 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And then I told him that I have two more classes than him from the 8 a.m. to the 5 p.m. And I always have too much homework to do in my high school. And he seems very surprised about that because he didn't have too much homework to do in American high school. And then we talk about the things we are worried about in the high school. I worry about the things that the recitation in every morning because I study in the international high school. So most of the time I need to study how to speak English and the English grammar and the vocabulary. I think the recitation is the hardest part for me in the high school. And he told me that the things he is worried about in the high school is he didn't know how to keep his grades up. And he tries many different methods like asking for teachers' help and change his timetable to have a good study efficiency. But sometimes it doesn't work for him. And then also we talk about the happy things in our high school. He told me that he is in his high school, he always very happy to looking forward to his weekend because in the weekend he can play basketball and play computer games with his best friends and feel very relaxed from that. And he also can watch some famous TV shows with his parents together. And I told him that my happy time in the high school is that I can spend some time with my classmates to go outside to do some outdoor activities like go to the park to have a barbecue together or visit a museum in my city. And then we talk about the big test in our high school. We had the same answer that we all need to prepare the TOEFL test, the SAT test, and the AP test. And he told me that there are two preparations for him to choose, and he prepared to prepare with his classmates in the classroom. He didn't like to prepare with the online classes, and I told him that in China, students always prepare the test with the teachers because my teachers are always very responsible for every student. So if I face difficulties in the study, I can ask for teachers' help. And then we talk about the difference between the Chinese education and American education. Because I think in China there's one-child policy, so the parents always give students too much pressure on their studying because they always pay all attention on their own child. But in American, the family always have two or three children, so they are children, so their parents sometimes don't give the students many pressure on their studying. So that's the difference between the Chinese education and American education. From my first interaction with my partner Noah, I think it is very happy for us to share with our interesting and share with our high school life, and I think we will have a happy time in the future.